Hey guys, my name is Jordan, and in this video we're going to be talking about an update on this little tank behind me. It's an AD60F aquarium, and the plants are looking super nice, super healthy. The UG carpet is so dense and it might need a little bit of trim, so we might do that in this video. In the midground we've got some S-repens, and that's also growing a bit tall as well. So we might probably trim that down a wee bit, shape it a little bit. We've also got some HC growing on the rocks, and that needs a little bit of a shaping as well, so definitely need to trim that, pull some out maybe, and get that into check a wee bit because it is growing a bit out of control. In the back we've got some stem plants. There's some Leywigia Super Red Mini, and it's growing out of the water, which is really nice to see. I think I might leave this as it looks kind of nice, and I think it suits the tank. As being a shallow tank, growing stuff out of water is kind of what these tanks are made for. But yeah, let me know if I should trim them or if you like it this way, growing out of the water, in the comments below. Also growing above the water we have a little bit of driftwood, some moss, and also some Lobelia cardinalis dwarf as well. It's looking really super healthy. That when it grows above water it becomes really robust, and the stalks and the stems are quite strong. So yeah, I'm really loving the look of this. It's just getting bigger and bigger by every day. And yeah, I really highly recommend, if you're looking for a plant to grow immersed, then this is a really good one. You can buy it from Tropica and places like this, already grown immersed, and it works perfectly. And we can't talk about this tank without talking about all the shrimp inside. We've got some Neocardina blue velvet shrimp in here, and I must have about 200 to 300 of them in here. I remember a long time ago, a few years ago, maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I started with only 5 of these, and they just kept breeding and breeding. So yeah, I'm really happy with their progression, and they are breeding in this tank as well, and they're not being eaten by the UG like many people ask me. But yeah, really happy. They're super healthy shrimp, and they're doing very nicely in this tank. So to start off doing a little bit of maintenance, I'm actually gonna just clean the glass quickly, because we've already got some. We don't really need to drain any water because it's already kind of evaporated anyway. We've got some space. The water's not going to come out when we put our hands in, but if it is, the water level is quite high, then I recommend draining a little bit of water before you start cleaning the tank. And then after we have cleaned the glass, we're gonna kind of start trimming some plants. So we've got some S-repens here. I'm gonna try and just trim this down a bit. It's growing a bit tall for my liking, and yeah, it needs a bit of shape and a bit of order to the growth it's doing right now. Also, we're going to trim some of the HC. I can also pull some bits out if I need to. Just giving it a bit of shape. I kind of want it to be in certain areas, and I think right now it's kind of just growing everywhere. We need to keep it in little groups and make the areas defined. It's growing too big, so we need to tidy it up a bit, thin it out a bit, and then the layout will kind of look a bit better that way, I believe. So now we're going to trim the UG. We got just trim a little bit off the top. You got to be careful when trimming UG. You got to do it quite frequently, or else there'll be if you let it grow really tall, and you're going to try and trim it really short, you're going to end up with like some dead growth, because the top layer will be healthy and everything underneath won't be very healthy. So it's important to do little trimmings but frequently. When I'm trimming the UG, I'm trying to make it quite flat, just making sure all of the tank is at the same level, and we're looking kind of like a putting green, like a really flat piece of lawn of grass. And we're just going to remove 1/3 of the water. This is what I like to do in all my tanks. I remove 1/3 of the water every week when doing a water change, and then after I remove all the water, what we're going to do is we're going to put the water back in, obviously with reverse osmosis water, remineralized with some salts, and this is what I'm doing here, just filling up the tank to the desired level. Now, as you can see, we've got a lot of plants floating around, especially the UG blades of grass that I've trimmed previously. You can net these out with a little tiny net, like a shrimp net or something like this, but I found that the quickest, easiest way to do this is with a skimmer. In shallow tanks there's not a lot of room, but in larger tanks it's a bit easier. I have to kind of push the skimmer quite far down, but it does the job. So yeah, the skimmer is going to be running. I'm going to kind of watch the skimmer as it kind of collects the blades of grass, because there's loads of shrimp and I don't want the shrimp to be caught in the skimmer along with all the blades of grass basically. I'll switch off if I see any shrimp coming close. And this is a little bit of a process in this tank, but in general, you know, other tanks like a 45p, 60p or anything like this, it's going to be a lot easier without loads and loads of shrimp. So guys, I hope you really enjoyed the video. If you have, then like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And also let me know in the comments below what kind of videos you'd like to see in the future. I'm trying to bring out some more frequent content and better quality content as well. If you've got any tips or anything like that, any criticism, let me know in the comments below. It helps me a lot to try and improve these videos for you, to create better content for you. And obviously any topics you want me to cover in the future is always greatly appreciated. And I'll see you next time in the next video. See ya.